share with HR leaders some important slides on topic the time of challenge and uncertainty. And then we'll see the importance of good internal communications. It has been realized that good internal communications is the key to a healthy and engaged organization. In our presentation, we will see first the meaning of internal communications and aims, and then we'll see what is the benefit for employer and employees, and then we'll jump to the time of challenge and uncertainty to see how kind of communication staff needs in the time of crisis. We will also see the HR role in the time of challenge, the key communications to be shared in terms of uncertainty, and then we'll see the tools for communicating with staff, and at the end we will see how can we improve the communications between leadership and staff. Let's begin our presentation. What is internal communications means? Internal communications within an organization is the dialogic process between employees and employer, and also employees among them. The communication can be from individual to individual, from group to individual, from department to department, or from leader to staff, staff to leader, or even staff among them, as you can see on picture 1 and 2 at the right side of this screen. And then we move to internal communications aims. In promoting the good internal communications in the organizations, the organization keeps employees informed, understand more about organization strategy, goal and values. Also, the internal communication builds trust between leaders and staff. It creates a sense of transparency and openness leadership, which limits the rumors and misunderstanding. The good internal communication creates opportunity and channel for feedback, debate, and discussions. It can help keeping employees calm in time of crisis and challenge. Consequently, with a good internal communications, organization promote employees' engagement. Second slide, what is benefit for employer and employees? Both employer and employees have benefit in promoting internal communication in the organization. There is better leadership for the employee, as he will understand employees in a better way. This is for the side of employer. So there is a better leadership because he will understand employees in a better way. In the side of employees, they understand about the pictures of the company, its value, purpose, and they understand also what is expected of them to achieve the company goal and how to fully engage with their own role to contribute toward business objectives. Also, organization will increase engagement. Let's jump to the time of challenge and uncertainty, how to manage with the time of crisis. In time of challenge, they are top priority before planning communications. Leaders should think to some consideration when planning to communicate with the staff. In time of challenge, including pending crises such as the coronavirus, leaders have to consider that the coronavirus is spreading globally and is impacting the global economy as well. The leader has also to have in his mind that the employees are getting confused, worried, and feeling insecure. The leader also have to know that 10 or 100 or 1,000 of employees are located in many different places, dispersed when most of employees are working remotely, and other staff are still working at the office, when some are still traveling around the world as part of their job. The leader also, before planning how to communicate with staff, should even know that most of business are reorganizing their teams and reviewing their long-term strategy. Due to risk of misinformation, the leaders have to avoid the spread of fear and panic in the workplace. How to manage the time of crisis? Time of crisis is a chaotic time of challenge for everyone, leaders, managers, and employees. We can see at our right side the picture. In this picture, we see that employees are feeling anxious and concerned for both their personal and family's health, their job, with high risk of misinformation in the workplace, the spread of fear and panic, and we will focus on how can leaders take action. HR role in time of challenge. What is the HR role? HR role, if you can see in the picture, in the left, you can see employee worrying, asking himself how, why, and you can see also somebody coming with a kind of light to him. So then we can see that HR has a big role to bring the light to the employees in this time of crisis. HR role is to keep staff informed and updated. And he will then inform employees on time about crisis and answer their question right away to avoid panic to lead. HR should inform employees about the safety guidelines. He will inform those still traveling about any issue of risk they may face. HR have also to maintain the link between leaders and employees for sharing the right updates. We will see now what are the keys of communication to be in place in terms of uncertainty. This shows the main communication to deal with. The communication should relate to employees' safety, health, and well-being. The communication should provide quick, efficient, and right information resources to employees. The communication should also provide the right update of crisis, and the communication to the staff will also ensure continued productivity. Tool for communicating with staff. There are many ways to communicate with staff. It can be writing, oral, visual, audiovisual, formal, or informal. According to the size of team, we have to choose the good tools for quick communication and feedback from staff. It can then be notified. They can be notified by oral or text, mobile phone, email, Skype, meeting, webinar, Zoom, ClassScript, and so on. This depends according to the size of staff and the location of the staff. What to do to improve the communication between leadership and staff? We should set out a clear communication strategy, timely response to employees' concerns and changed. Set out a communication, frequently organize staff and team meetings. We should also set out the channel or forum for feedback and debate. And we should use also the good tools for communication, and also set out a system for instantaneous global updates. It's very important to focus on clear, direct, and honest and trusty communications. In conclusion, we can say that great internet communication is benefit for both employees and employer, because it builds trust between leaders and staff and promotes employees' engagement in the organization. Thank you for your attention, and may God bless you.